Hi, my name is Fred Vector. Today we're going to go over a simple foundational skill in algebra, and that is how to isolate a variable and solve for x. So, what does solve for x mean? What we're really trying to find out is what makes this equation true. And by figuring out what makes it true, we need to find out the value of x. So to do this, we have to do opposite operations. We have to undo the math that we see there and get x by itself. Now, the first thing you'll want to do in any equation is to undo the simple stuff first. So that would be undo addition or subtraction. And basically you do the opposites. So if it's x plus 5, you would subtract that 5. And if it's x minus 8, you would add 8. And just try to think of this like kind of like money. If I owe you $5, well then we subtract $5 after I give it to you and we're back at 0 again, and we make the equation equal. And that's essentially what we're going to do in a math problem. Now when we do undo multiplication and division, this is a little bit trickier because it's a higher level math. So in multiplication or division, if it says 2x, that means you're multiplying the 2 times x, the variable. So therefore to undo that, you would divide it by 2. Also, if you see x divided by 3, the opposite of that is you would multiply both sides by 3. And remember, do this on both sides or the answer won't equal itself. So let's do an example. Let's solve an equation. For this, it says 2x minus 16 equals 24. So our job here is to get the x by itself. So our first step here is you'll see we're looking for addition or subtraction first. And right here we see 2x minus 16 equals 24. So the first thing we want to do is add the 16 back, which is the opposite operation of subtraction, to both sides. So as you see on the left side, the 16 cancels out and goes away. And on the right side, we add the 16 to 24 and we now have 40. So now the equation at the bottom is rewritten as 2x equals 40. So on this slide, what we're going to do is we have 2x equals 40. And in order to undo that multiplication with the 2 and the x, we're going to divide the 2 on both sides. So then the 2 cancels out on the left side, and on the right side, 40 divided by 2 equals 20. Therefore, when we rewrite the expression, it says x equals 20. Like I said previously, x equals 20. Now the fun thing to make sure that you're right, you can always check in algebra and you insert your answer back into where the variable was. So you replace the x with 20 and then you do all the mathematical functions and see if you're correct. And so 2 times 20 equals 40 minus 16 equals 24. And that is correct. So we know we did the problem correctly. So now try this example. We have 3x plus 9 equals 21. Step 1, we're going to subtract the 9 from both sides of the equation so that when we rewrite it, it is 3x equals 12. On the next step, again, we need to isolate the x from the 3. So we divide 3 from both sides and we get x equals 4. Our final answer then is x equals 4, and again we check this. So we plug in the 4 for where the x was at. So 3 times 4 equals 12 plus 9 equals 21, and that is correct. So we did a good job again. And an easy way to remember this is whatever happens to x, do the opposite and undo it, then solve it. Key takeaways: you're always trying to get x by itself, the variable. Use opposite operations. Do the opposite operations to both sides to make sure the equation stays equal, and then check your answer. This concludes my presentation on how to solve for x in an algebraic expression. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for your attention and good luck into the future with your math adventures.